Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I am here for another fun video. I think I've created my own monster in myself, but I'm having too good of a time to not share it with you, so let's go ahead and get started. We are once again, if you didn't see the last video where I used this We Are Makers fuse tool to make some candy wrapper dangles. Oh my gosh, they were so fun. And I was waiting for that video to upload, and I thought, well, while I wait impatiently, let's make something else. So if you watched till the very end of the last video, I did have one of these laying around, and I was like, oh, that would be really fun to use this in some way. So I created some more little bags of varied sizes. I like that one. I added, this was a button, and I just took the back off and added it as a little topper. And then this one is, this did not get in here the right way, and so it looked funny, so I just added the little bow. But what we are going to be using today is vintage wrapping paper, and we're going to add it in to make these little tag shakers, little, you could even journal on the back of it with a marker, with like a Sharpie. So this is what we're going to make real quick, and it's really easy. If you didn't see my entire video about how to use the fuse tool in detail, go check that out, but we're going to go ahead and get right at it. So the first one, I am finishing up, and I just wanted to do some fun things for the Prairie Girls journals. So I thought that perhaps we would make something and make a little, I think we'll make a tag. So my thought is to use this with this backing and make it a little bit larger. I think that that's a good idea. Now, with this, if I use it, I will probably just use it on one side. So let's go ahead and throw caution to the wind. And we're going to just cut Miss Holly Hobby right there. We will save this because I want to use that for something else, maybe another one of these. And then I think what we'll do is just glue this. I'm going to cut this. I think I'm going to cut it carefully. Wow, Ange, that's pretty straight. How's everybody doing today, by the way? I hope fabuloso. I am. I have not been in my craft room for so long, I can't even tell you. And I've been meaning to do a lot of these videos, and I have not had time to do them. I've just had other business kind of things that I've been wrapped up in. So it feels really good to get back into doing some of this crafting. Now, what I didn't grab was probably a piece of plastic that will be big enough to hold Miss Holly in her entirety. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to shore this up. Now that it's a little bit thicker, I'm going to shore this up. I have 3 different samples to do, so hopefully we can get all 3 of them done in short order. So let's get that straightened up there. When you cut wrapping paper with your let's see, it's going to do it there. Yep. With your trimmer, sometimes it bunches up. At least mine does. Maybe yours doesn't, but we're just going to go here, and I'm going to cut right. That's just going to have to be good enough. Okay, now we need to make her pocket. So this is not big enough because it's single-sided. This is not big enough, but these might work for the other two. So let's keep those aside. And let's just grab, I know I have one that I already started cutting into right here. And let's just figure out, I think what I'm going to do with this one too. Well, no, I won't. Okay, so we are going to put her right here. And I'm going to kind of try to get her sort of straight. And this, well, it doesn't work with wrapping paper the best, at least, like I said, mine. It works pretty dang good with this. Now I'm only going to cut right there because I can use this big part for other things, and so I don't want to necessarily cut all of it. I'm just going to cut right, yeah, that's fine. So I'm just cutting up to there, and we'll put this aside because we could possibly need it later. Now she is all good to go, but we're going to cut off the bottom here. I'm just going to do this with my scissors. This piece right here is just a page protector for a scrapbook page. So I've got plenty of room here so that when I do this, I can cut it down if I so choose. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab back our silicone mat. You want to have that. And I'm just going to use, this is just a piece of, I'm kind of at an angle here, so forgive me for being like that. But I just have this on here. This just helps so I can see a little bit better. That's all there is to it. And we're going to take this. This should be plenty hot. I have managed to burn myself twice already because I didn't believe it was hot, so I had to test it. Please note, don't do what I did. Oops, I just bumped you guys. I'm trying to move my cord out of the way so it's not in your way. And here we go. Like I said, I've created my own monster in myself. This is too much fun. I'm just checking it to make sure it was sealed, and it is. And we're going to do this side. I didn't get anything out to decorate these with, so I might have to do that. But that's not a hard thing. We'll get them all done. And then if we have time, we'll do some embellishing. I know you guys like that. Okay. It's looking pretty darn good. Now, I'm going to make the tag, and I think I'm going to put this... Well, maybe I don't want to... The whole point was to use this. You know what I can do? I'm going to put this here in the middle. Then I'm going to take this and we're going to go right there. And stay. We're going to go right here. Actually, let's just use this piece, this little, if I can even see it. Do it that way. When you cut like this with this, it slips sometimes, so you gotta be kind of careful. There we go. All right, now that can go on there like that when we're finished, but we want to add a little bit of dazzle, razzle, dazzle. Now I don't think I need to use my spoon, so I'm just going to dump a little bit in there. Let's see, and I just chose to use kind of a powder blue. I didn't want to take away And I think I'm going to go really light with it because I want holly to show. Instead of putting more like I did in the other ones, I think I'm just going to put just a hint of that in there because we've got other things that will make it pretty. I'm going to have a hard time not wanting to decorate this. I also have this little tag that I made with, what is that? Like dimensional glossy accents. So I thought about putting that there, but remember the video, we were going to do this. So I need to decide which one. This says traveling companion on it. And then this says, I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm not going to use this. I'll use it for something else. I know that's what the video is supposed to be about, but I'm changing it up. So now what I need to do is I need to take, I'm realizing that I need to fuse this angle down. So if I'm going to do that, I need some space in between the paper and the tag. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. Make sure I don't cut the actual pocket. There we go. All right, now I can whip it into shape, and then we're just going to close it up, and then we'll put this on there. Actually, you know what would be cute is to dangle it off. I know somebody else was out there saying that. I know it. Okay. So please ignore the cord because the only plug-in that's really close to me is to my left. And while I could do this left-handed, it's a hot tool. I probably don't want to press my luck. You know what I mean? There we go. Now we're going to do the top. And bada bing, bada boom. This feels like it might not. Yeah, I did not get. I think I was just a little bit too close to the paper and it did not seal right here. And just to be safe, I'm going to do one more. Just a little bit farther apart from it. There we go. And last but not least, I'm going to do this one. Oh, I'm going to love this. I can already tell. I'm going to double this one up too. Okay. So we've sealed it together. We can put that aside. Now, one thing I'm not positive about is whether this tool turns off after a while. But every once in a while, I would just unplug it and plug it back in just to be safe. Of course, you know me, I don't have the directions, so there's that. All right, so this is all ready to decorate. Now, I do think that this is going to be really cute, just dangled off of here. I could always dangle this off, and I could, I could put this up here too, and that's a decision we can make in a little bit, because it doesn't hide that, and then we can just, but I don't think it needs both. But we're going to put that aside just for now, because we got two more we got to do. Okay. Let me straighten out my chair so you guys aren't wonky. So that was wrapping paper. This is all vintage wrapping paper. That was the first one. Oh, I'm having problems. So let's do number 2. This one is, I only need to do one layer because it's got a pretty, have you ever seen this? It's really pretty. It's got pink on this side. So I thought that was awesome. And I think our best bet is just to take this off. And now we need to decide on how big a pocket or a tag we want to make. Now, for this one, I have a clear tag. So let's make one a little bit thinner. And let's go from this side. And let's just go ahead and cut this piece off. I'll use that for something else. And then I think what we will do, this side is sealed and the bottom is sealed. So let's go with, what size do I want it to be? All right, let's do three and a half for this one. And then let's make a big tag with the other one that I've got. So I'll put that aside for that one. Now we need to decide how tall we want it. So I'm going to go with, let's go 7. Oh wait, I need to cut this off. Let's not include that in the mix. This is the bottom. This is well, it would have been the side that actually went into the photo album. So I'm just cutting that off. And now I feel like we can go, let's go 6 inches. And don't throw this part away. We can use it for something else. All right. So why do I keep saying so? I don't know. This ended up being, I said 6 inches. So we're going to go about 5, probably 5 5/8. So just between a 1/2 and 1/4, 1/2 and 3/4. And this is 3 and just under a 1/2. So I think I'll go 3 1/4. So we're going to go 3 1/4. I hate to have to cut this. We're going to try it very gently. There you go. If it doesn't work, just go take little pieces. That worked. Okay, so 3 1/4. Let's make sure it fits. Pop that in there. And what we're making sure that we have is enough room for me to fuse this. Ooh, yeah, we're good. And then I need it a little bit shorter than the plastic. So I'm going to come about right there. And maybe on this one, we'll try to round the corners. I don't know how this plastic will do with... Let's just do this. Okay, sometimes you just got to be gentle with it, I guess. Uh-oh. All right. I'm going to pop this in. Shall we try this with my corner rounder and see if it works? No, not really well. So we'll do something else. Okay. Now we need to close it up. Oh, what I should do is if I'm going to, just like we learned in the last one, let's do this. Because this is wrapping paper, we can just take this and cut it like that, because it's very flexible. And then that way, we can just seal up the top at the very same time. Okay, now we're getting it as close to that already sealed bottom and edge as possible. So we have plenty of room to seal, and I do. We're going to start sealing this edge, and then we'll fill it. All right, and I've been putting this down here only because I want you guys to see it a little bit, so that it seems to help to have a colored piece of paper underneath. All right, so I'm just going to go on the side here, making the assumption that this thing is still hot. I'm not going to put my finger to the test. And what I noticed is when I have a longer stretch of plastic to seal, I tend to get wimpy about it. And so I don't have as much pressure consistently. So I do go over it a few times. Now I see that that got pretty close to the wrapping paper, but it seems like it's all closed up. And now, because I've already cut this down, we're just going to go ahead and slip some of these in there. Now, it looks to me that I have, oh, these are closed up. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, these are just flat backs. Do I want these in there? Well, they're going in now. Oh, those are pretty. Even though they're not all right side up, they are pretty. Let's see, what else? I have some other things. Let's go with these little bitty ones. Let's not put any more big ones in there. There we go. Well, that didn't work. That needs more stuff in it. Let's see what I got. Handy. I've got there's some pink and some yellow. I didn't really want the blue in there with it, but it's not going to hurt it. It just adds a little extra oomph. And I don't have any green in here. These are just sequins. Okay, again, I'm not going to put too much in there because I might want to decorate this with something. So let's not do that. Okay. And now we can seal it shut, and then we can decorate. What happened to my ruh-roh? Houston, we got a little problem. I've lost my... Do you guys see it sitting here? All right, well, let's just seal it up before I get... There it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. All right, now we're just going to close it up. And I'm going to double it. Double down. Why not? We'll do that with the top as well. Actually, let's do this side first. All the way. Now, there, that looks good. And then let's go down, take it from here. And I am going to go over that a little bit and then double up there. All right, that is sealed. Well, it should be sealed. And then we're just going to cut these two off. And just like that, we have a tag. And with this one, we are going to put this as our topper. So we're going to go ahead and get that on there. Now, what I did with these is I just took Fabri-Tac just to make sure to make darn good and well that this is adhered correctly. And a little right here. And not much, you just need a tiny bit. And it's awesome. And then we can add a little sentiment on there. Depending on what I use it for, we can add something to that as well. So there's 2 down. And then the last one, remember we said we were going to use this large envelope. Let's put the pin back in my glue. Those are little pins, so I got to make sure that they're... And... oh, I think I was going to use... well, let's see. This is 2-sided, so I could have it 2-sided, or I could it's kind of wasteful, isn't it? Just a little. And I'm going to pull this and I'm going to mark it to cut it right here. And then I probably want to go, let's cut it right about there. All right. Let's see if my technique works again if I do it here. What do you think? Just a fun way. It's actually really nice to be able to use that the vintage wrapping paper because it's so thin. I mean, obviously, the obvious way is to back it with something else, right? But we're experimenting with this fuse tool and it's so much fun. Stick around because I have a couple more things. I have one really cool one that I am excited to show you guys. Here we go. And that will be in another video. All right, let's see how we did. Now this one is only closed at the bottom. So we'll have to seal up both sides and that'll take a second, but I like this. Oh my goodness. Nailed it. You know what we might do? Let's do this. Let's embrace this because it's right in the middle. Let's make this the top and already has the hole in it. And I'm not positive, but I think we could probably, if you had a strip that was narrow enough, I feel like this goes all the way through. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know that we're going to do that. I can't see well enough. Let's just not worry about it at the moment. All right, so we're going to turn it this way. I'm going to put this under here so you guys can kind of see. And it's looking good. I've really had such a ball working with this. And I've had this thing for a long time, like years. And I've never, it was still in the package. Why? I don't know. All right. Let's make sure it's all signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Gosh, when this comes out, will it be December? Almost, probably. Here's me awkwardly trying to hold back this cord. Did you all do December dailies or Christmas journals? What did you do? Or are you working on, I should say? Because, you know, the month is still young. I decided this year not to do any Christmas journals because I got a little burnt out last year and I felt like I wasn't enjoying Christmas for what it was intended, you know? So I decided not to do it. All right, we're good. So now this is going to be our top, and we need a lot of stuff because we got a lot of real estate. But I think for the sake of this, we'll just leave this blank, and this will kind of speak for itself. We don't need to do a lot of decor. Like I'm decorating the house. And we also have this that we can put, you know, over here, and then do something up here as well. Let me move this out of the way because it's just extra sequins. All right, so what do we got in this little bag of tricks? Well, those that I just had there can go in there. Let's put those in there. Put all the random ones that I spilled. There we go. That was easy enough. And let's just get our spoon. We got all kinds of stuff. These are little. I think these are all... Oh, no, this is open. Let's put a bunch of this in here. That's pretty. Is there anything else that we want that we can't live without? These are, I think, all leaves, and we can put a couple of these round. There's a couple hearts. There's an oval. But these little round circles would be kind of fun, kind of like bingo markers. Boom. Boom. Let's put 3 of them in there. Here's a blue one. There we go. All right, that looks to be quite enough, don't you think? Again, we don't want to take away from what's already there. Oops. Got a couple of little leaves that got away from me. And let's seal her up. I like this one. You know, let me just say, I feel like this is not thick enough. So I believe that to make me feel better, I want to put a piece of paper behind it. Do I have paper? Oh, who knows? Let's see. The room's filled with it, friends. Here we go. This is a piece of heavy red piece. I just think we need to put that in there just to thicken it up, because look at how flimsy it is. That's not going to do. No siree, Bob. So I'm going to go just a little bit below it. And okay, let's just cut that first. This will just make me feel better. This thing does not stay on here. Why? I don't know. Let's make sure it fits before I cut the other side of it. Come to mama. There we go. That's good, but we need to cut it right. Uh-oh. This is going to be a catastrophe. Yikes. Here, we're going to do this. Let's not risk it for the biscuit. There we go. Done. All right, now we can seal it up. And I will feel better. Get our ruler out again. It's not exactly perfectly straight with the backside, but we're not going to worry about that, are we? right, here we go. Now, if you guys are doing this, you don't need to use this paper underneath. You could also use like a catalog or book pages. Just, you need something to protect your cutting mat because it will melt it. All right, that big kahuna is done. Now, this says the happiest moment. That just seems awesome. Let's see what we've got for some. All right, where are our finished ones? Okay, here's what we've got. We've got these to do. So we need some ribbon. Okay, let me just grab this one little thing. It might be easier to do this. I might be able to get all of these out of this. I don't know, this one seems like it needs more stuff. I'm just gonna get in here and, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I literally got stuck. Okay. I feel like the bingo card needs 70s up with maybe a few of these colors. Don't you think? So maybe let's not do yellow because that's kind of our base. I don't know if we can get all three of these in there. We're sure gonna give it the old college try though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna light these. Come on, baby, light my fire. That just helps them from, keeps them from fraying. See, this one's already started fraying. Let's get you together. This could be an accident waiting to happen too. There we go. And all done. And I think what would be kind of fun with this one, I can get them to go all three through there. Say a little prayer. Gosh, I got songs running through my head like crazy. Say a little prayer for me. What song was that? Was that Dirty Dancing? No. Stand By Me? I don't remember. All right, now maybe what we can do is what color? We're going to put the blue. Well, we could also put it on the side. That would be cute too. So if we're going to do, we have orange, green, red, and blue over here. This is where we can do the yellow. And we will light this baby up. There we go. And we're going to tie this around it. And we're going to call this one good after I put the tab on it. It would have been cute too to do like some rickrack on the side. There we go. But it's pretty busy as it is, so we're just going to, I guess we could put, where do we want it? I need to unplug this for now because I'm not going to use, I will be using it because I'm going to do another video, but We're going to put it on the side. Why not? I picked these up at thrift store the other day. And I love using these. And then I just used some stickers. But that's why that Holly Hobby, or no, that other one that I showed you, the one that I did beforehand, didn't quite cut the mustard because it got stuck. Yeah, that would be cute to put, like, even a little piece there. We're going to do it because I got this out. And I have a little scrap of it. And then we can call this one done. You know what's really cool? Thanksgiving is happening next week, and my kids are already home. So great. Well, Demi actually she had clinicals, so she's technically not done, but Landon is done. All right, that one is finished. I likey. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your bingo card. All right, let's do this one. Now, this one we just need to put, I don't know, I feel like when I'm ready to put this in something, then I can determine what that might be. But we need some kind of word in here, or a phrase or something. So, this is just so precious. And see, this one I didn't, and this one either. Oh, yes, I did back this one. I was like, oh, that seems different. But this one is not. So there's that. Coated with sugar. This is, what is this? I don't know. Tim Holtz clippings and sticker books. By the light of the moon. By the light of the silvery moon. Oh, this would be kind of be cool to come home, and I could put this in the Laura Ingalls journal, or, yeah, in that one maybe, don't you think? My next project specifically has to do with, now see, this is where you're going to see me struggle. What I did is I kind of stuck my fingers on it so that maybe the oils of my fingers can make it less sticky when I slide it in here. It still sticks pretty well, but you got to be quick. There we go, and then you can push it down. I feel like this needs a bow or something. What was I saying? Oh, I'm still working on the Prairie Girls journals, and I do have, the next video I'm doing is specifically for, that's green, that would be cute, for those journals, so I cannot wait to show you. So just come back, we're going to be having some fun. And these are just like I said, I'm no expert at this, using this fuse, but it sure is fun. I was just thinking maybe we could double up and... Ooh, wow, those stick. Will they look funny with both of them? No, that will look cute. All right, let's do it. Yeah, you don't realize when... I mean, I travel a lot, so I can't complain as much as I could. It doesn't do any good to complain anyway, right? But this year is the first year that my kids have really, when I say, like, this is the first year that I felt like a true empty nester, because they both have, you know, Landon plays pickleball and tennis when he's not studying his little heart out. Demi does too. She plays both those. Plus, you know, she's a girl. She's got her social life. She's got all her girlfriends. And so, and she lived in an apartment this year. So they really tried to make an effort to not, and I think I'll just leave the rest of it in case I want to do something there, to not come home every weekend. Makes me sad. All right, this, we were going to, I want to make sure that, oh, I didn't. Okay, now we could do the same thing. We could put this on the side. Although then when it slides in and out of the pocket, like the big one's a big one, it's probably going to be like its own thing. Or we could I make it so the thing is this doesn't have a hole in it. Can I make a hole in it? Either way, I probably need to. Let's see. Let's hope that it doesn't. Ooh. Crocodile for the win. All right, here, I'm just going to put this on. I like this on here, and I'm going to just do it. If it looks funny, I'll just be like, well, I shouldn't have done that. And then we will call this a video. We'll go over what, oh my gosh, there we go. Over what we made today. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments. What was your favorite? Did you have you used the fuse tool? Do you have questions on how to use it? If you do want to learn step-by-step how to use it or where to purchase it, the link is in the description, and I will try to remember to link this video as well, and hopefully that will help. Now, we could use, let's use a little piece of this red ribbon. I don't know what I'm doing, so no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone. I probably should have used blue, but I don't have blue. No. Well, let's see. We could do it like this. This is like a big piece of chipboard. It must have just been something from like a, I'm trying to decide. Or maybe an old photo album or something. It's a heavy piece of chipboard. Can I do this and make a bow? We're sure gonna give it the old college try. So yes, the kids are home. Demi is at school today. And yesterday I made roast, and today I made beef stew, so beef and noodles. Well, really, beef stew. Oh, I like that. I am going to put a dab of glue, not that big of a dab, right behind that ribbon. I get some on there just to keep it from flip-flopping all over the place. Okay, we did it. So, what did we do? Well, we did quite a bit. We did quite a bit together, and I did a few on my own. So we've got Holly Hobby. We've got this one that I think I can put in the Laura Ingalls journal. We did the bingo card for some other journal. And then these are the little ones that I did that I tested first. So I hope you like that. And that was all using vintage wrapping paper and the fuse tool. Little plastic, little wrapping paper, and your fuse tool. If you don't have one, consider getting one, but you don't probably have to have one. I read somewhere or saw somewhere that you can actually use a flat iron for your hair. I don't know that that's true, but Try it out. What do you have to lose? Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And I know I say it a lot, but I truly do mean it. And if you're watching this before Thanksgiving, have a very thankful holiday with your friends and loved ones. And I hope that you can find many things to be grateful for. Cheers.